Imagine a city so warm, so snowless, so unwinter-like that it had to manufacture an entire season just to convince the world it was cold. Today, we're counting down 5 Olympic host cities that completely faked winter. And the deeper you go, the more absurd, surreal, and civilization-breaking this list becomes. The Winter Olympics were supposed to celebrate nature. Icy mountains, fresh snow, frozen lakes. But as the games grew, cities got desperate. Geography was ignored, climate was faked, and entire landscapes were engineered, cooled, and in some cases rebuilt from scratch. This countdown will take you behind the scenes of the cities that should have never hosted the Winter Olympics, but did anyway, thanks to snow machines, refrigerated mountains, and climate illusions that defy physics. Let's start at number 5, where the deception was mild, and end at number 1, where winter didn't just get faked. It was fabricated on a scale humans were never supposed to attempt. The countdown 5 to 1. 5. Vancouver, Canada. The year winter forgot. In 2010, Vancouver hosted the Winter Olympics. With almost no winter, the city experienced one of its warmest Februaries ever. Cypress Mountain, the face of the games, was so bare that workers literally trucked in snow from hours away. Picture this: convoys of semi-trucks loaded with rapidly melting snow crawling up the mountain like a desperate rescue mission. When that wasn't enough, helicopters sling-loaded giant nets full of snow, dropping it over brown slopes like a bizarre reverse volcano eruption. The result? Half natural, half Frankenstein slopes held together with shaved ice, hay bales, and snow paint. A real ski resort, held together with agricultural supplies. Theme shift, from mild climate absurdity to geopolitical weather engineering. 4. Sochi, Russia, the subtropical Winter Olympics. Hosting the Winter Olympics in Sochi was like holding a beach volleyball tournament in Iceland. This city sits on the Black Sea coast, surrounded by palm trees and humid subtropical winds. Historically, Sochi is warmer in February than Los Angeles. So how did it host the games? Russia secretly stored 16 million cubic feet of snow from the previous winter, wrapped it in thermal blankets, buried it under insulated foam, and guarded it like a national secret. When snowfall failed, crews uncovered the snowbank like an archaeological dig, spreading ancient snow across the slopes. It was the first Olympics powered by snow refrigeration, where industrial chillers hummed like data centers high in the Caucasus Mountains. Sochi didn't just fake winter, it deep froze it like leftovers. 3. Turin, Italy. Winter on life support. Turin's 2006 Winter Olympics were defined by one thing: a dying winter. The Alps were warm, snow was scarce. The games were losing their icy identity. So Italy brought out the big guns, over 1,000 high-pressure snow cannons, lining the mountains like artillery. These machines pulverized water into tiny crystals that froze mid-air, burying the slopes in perfect artificial snow. But here's the twist. Artificial snow is 70% denser than natural snow. It's icy, concrete-like, brutally fast. Athletes compared it to skiing on a frozen highway. In some zones, the snow was so aggressively man-made that meteorologists joked the Alps had been turned into Europe's largest industrial freezer. Turin didn't fake winter. It mechanically assembled it. 2. Beijing, China, the Olympics, with zero natural snow. Beijing 2022 wasn't just a fake winter, it was a snow simulation on a planetary scale. For the first time in Olympic history, 100% of the snow was artificial. Not a single natural snowflake touched the slopes. Beijing sits in a region that receives less annual snow than Johannesburg. So China deployed over 350 snow cannons and 40 high-pressure fan guns, powered by massive pumping systems that relocated millions of gallons of water from nearby reservoirs. Zoom out, and the landscape around the competition venues looks like something from another planet. Dry brown mountains, and in the center, a glowing ghost white, perfectly carved ski slope. a surgically implanted winter in a desert climate. The Olympics became a climate special effect, and Beijing proved you no longer need winter to host winter. 1. Sarajevo, Bosnia, the winter that no longer exists. This is the most reality-breaking fake winter in Olympic history, not because Sarajevo faked snow, but because the winter Sarajevo used to have no longer exists. In 1984, the mountains were cold, pristine, and loaded with natural snow. Fast forward to today, and the exact mountains that hosted the games now experience near total snow collapse. Multiple ski venues have shut down. The city that once had reliable winters can no longer naturally sustain one. Sarajevo is the only city where the Winter Olympics weren't faked at the time. But if the games happened today, they would require full artificial snow, refrigeration, and massive water diversion. In a terrifying twist, Sarajevo shows the future of every Winter Olympic city. Even the coldest places are warming so fast that winter itself is becoming a historical artifact. The #1 city that didn't fake winter became the ultimate example of a world where winter itself needs to be faked. Click the next video, because the truth behind these host cities only gets stranger from here.